Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building. And you know how we do before we get started. We got to give y'all a shout out for taking the time out for watching this video. And while you're here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and do not forget to leave your comments down in the comments section. And before we get started, y'all know how we get down. Y'all know what we do. The big back hater is back, and he is hating tremendously on Shedeur getting his jersey and his name retired at Colorado. So y'all know how we do these haters. We got them, let them be who they be, but we got to jog them out while we do it. Y'all ready? Let's go. So y'all already know big back hater is back, hating once again on Coach Prime, on Shedeur, on Colorado. And then he compared Shedeur to George, which is kind of miserable, right? And the compare, well, I'll let you hear it and then we'll go from there. Because I watched this video. Y'all know I usually don't watch them before we do these things, but I watched this one. So we gonna get into it. Y'all ready? Let's go. Uh-oh. Got to add the hater.
Talking about Shedeur Sanders, who had his jersey number retired and his name put up in the rafters in the stadium press box or whatever. His name's in the stadium now with his number. Just 3 months after his college football career ends, Rashaan Salam, who won a Heisman Trophy, he had to wait 23 years. But
he had to wait 23 years, and he was dead when it happened. He didn't even get to see it, enjoy it, know about it, none of that. So shut up.
Shedeur, after going 13-12, 1-8 against top 25 opponents, getting spanked in his only bowl game appearance, immediately put into the rafters or high up in the stadium for the rest of the, I guess forever, unless they revoke it. This is kind of,
this is what a failed football player sounds like. This is what a hater of black people looks like. Let's put him up, as Dr. Richard would say, let's put him up on the big screen. Let me let y'all get some of this.
He's like the George Floyd of college football, getting statues and tributes and memorials undeserved. But here's Deion saying that the only reason why this is even being talked about is because of Shedeur's last name. Play the clip.
You know, retired jerseys can be a sore subject.
Not really. This is the first time I ever seen it sore. I don't know if you know it, but I'm retired, man. I think every jersey during I played in is retired. So I'm pretty familiar with this. So it's never been sore.
But why do you think that? What was your message like? Maybe Buff Nation and Buff alums who are.
I don't have a message. I'm praying for my AD. I love him to life, Rick George. Let's get the elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go. We talking about Shedeur. We ain't talking about nobody else. But his last name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't have this discussion.
That's
the only reason we were having this discussion is his last name is Sanders.
That's correct.
Yes, because if his last name wasn't Sanders, his number wouldn't be retired. Rashaan Salam won the Heisman Trophy. And it took 23 years before Colorado retired his number. These coaches, man.
Yes, if his last name wasn't Sanders, it would still be in the Raptors. Because of what was done. Not because of who he is, somewhat because of who he is, but mostly because what he's done. See, what people fail to realize, they look at the record, right? They look at that 13-11 record that Shedeur has. And That's all they want to say. They say, well, what has he done besides break every record at Colorado within a 2-year time span? Besides win the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, second team All-American, first team All-Conference twice, things of that nature. But not only that, what people forget the most about what Shedeur has done to earn this title, to earn this award, to earn his name in the Raptors, in the annals of CU sports. He took the hits. He took the criticism. He took the blows on and off the field and did it with a smile, did it with dignity, and he brought that program back to prominence. All while every single ton of elephant dung they could find was being thrown upon him, his name, his character, and everything that he was doing was scrutinized at that school. And y'all can say, well, they gave us too much. We got to see it all. That's what you should be happy about. Should be happy you got to see the growth. But what you can never say about Shedeur Sanders is that he complained, that he whined, that he was a problem child, that he didn't do what he was supposed to do when he did. This is the best quarterback in Colorado football history per their record books. And he was only there 2 years. But he didn't win a national title. Your quarterback that won a national title don't have the records that Shedeur has. Rashawn Salam was alive 22 years before he got his Heisman Trophy, before his numbers went up in the Raptors. He was a living being, and he still wasn't honored at his school. So you tell me, but let's get back to stupid.
Yeah, their egos and the money they've made. You got Bill Belichick running around with a 24-year-old sugar baby, and Deion Sanders has turned his son into his sugar baby. He's made him an idol. Idolatry. And he's making a fool of himself. Let's go to SOT number 2, where Deion is talking. Bill McCartney, who won a national championship while at Colorado, their greatest coach. He just is having a statue built or giving some sort of tribute at the stadium just now. Bill McCartney's passed. Here's Deion talking about instant gratification and how we're in a new generation. Let's play SOT number 2.
That means a lot to me. I'm one of those type of guys who, I'm going to tell you how I feel right off the rip. I'm not going to really wait. So I give you your flowers now. I'm not going to wait 20 years down the street, then to bring you back when you limping and can barely walk or some tragedy happens to recognize your greatness and what you contributed to this program. So I'm thankful that Rick, shot a shot and moved on what we all know was inevitable in due time. The time frame, nobody's going to be happy with it. Somebody's always going to have something to say, but the way we are right now, we're a now generation. You guys are now people. And this is a now time. And those guys deserve what they deserve right now. How are we in the making? This is a new generation. Everything y'all want, you want it right now. And you go get it right now. You don't wait for nothing no more, do we? We want to go, we call Uber. We want to eat, but we go. Uber Eats? Well, everything we get is right now. We want something, we order it off Amazon right now. We ain't in no waiting generation no more. That's over. That's a wrap on that. Everybody in here is impatient. You download stuff right now, putting it out as I speak.
Now tell me where he was wrong. In any of that, where was he wrong? Probably wasn't wrong on nothing. Bill McCarthy is dead. That man retired from coaching 20 plus years ago at Colorado. And you just now getting him a statue up. They knew he was sick. They knew he wasn't going to be here long. And they still didn't put the rush job on it so he could get what he deserved while he was here. And that's what Prime said. We're going to give you your flowers while you are here. Everybody's upset because the past greats haven't been acknowledged. But that's not on Prime. Hell, this is not on Prime. It's on Rick George and the administration. They voted for this. This had to pass a vote in the administration for any of this to happen. But Prime is the face, and he gonna take the hit because he can do it. He don't care. He's taking these bullets once again for Rick George because that's what type of relationship they have. But let's listen to Stupid.
This is the problem with modern society. Instant gratification. I'm listening to a coach justify instant gratification. I'm listening to a supposed leader justify instant gratification. This is amazing. And this is making your son an idol. This is idolatry. And so everything has to be right now.
Real Estate Agents I Trust connects you with top performing real estate agents in your...
We're not promoting none of Glenn Beck's bullshit at all on this airway. Y'all big racist ass people. We are not promoting none of that. But we'll let Stupid finish.
Welcome back to the program. I'm embarrassed for Deion Sanders. Your thoughts?
Well, okay. First of
why is he embarrassed? Jason Whitlock, you have done nothing football related in your life. You quit football at Ball State in college. You couldn't take it. You couldn't make it. You a quitter. We understand that fact. And everybody, football ain't for everybody. We ain't gonna hold that against you. But once again, you doing what you're good at, criticizing the black man for being great. Trying to turn something good into something bad when it comes to a person of color. Trying to turn out the bad parts when there are none. People were upset. People were mad because it just came out of the blue. But once they got an understanding, everybody cool. You will never be okay with this. For one, because it's Deion. For two, because Deion's black. And three, because you just a fucking hater.
First of all, George Floyd, that's a little harsh. That's a little, and
No,
I
it's
get it,
not.
George Floyd. Oh, come on. I think people have their problems with Shedeur. I don't know if I'd compare him to George Floyd, but Jason, I agree with the overall sentiment.
Both of them got statues and awards that they didn't earn. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead. Let me shut up.
That's the standard. I agree. I would say that Shedeur's rap sheet and his personal history, it's a little bit cleaner than the dearly departed George Floyd. But Jason, I'm just telling you.
See, even Steve Kim knew not to go there with George Floyd. He even respected the dearly departed George Floyd. But Jason Whitlock hates black people with all of his heart. He even hating on Bill Belichick because he got a 24-year-old girlfriend and Jason ain't got no girlfriend or no kids. He gonna die alone with his cats and still mad that he ain't white. But let's go.
When Coach Prime said if his name was not Sanders, we wouldn't be talking about it. It's the most unironic cell phone I've ever seen. I'm like, yeah, Coach, we all agree. You're absolutely right. We would not be talking about this. And Jason, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not even so sure the great Rashaan Salam, the 1994 Heisman Trophy winner, was even alive when they did this. I know he passed away relatively early in his life. And I know for a fact that a lot of the great Colorado Buffaloes that have that big, shiny 1990 co-national championship ring, who built that program, they're not happy about this. I don't know if they could really say it publicly. I don't know if it works for them politically to be as honest as they want to be.
See, but unlike most, a lot of those prominent ex-players of the Colorado football team voiced their opinion, good and bad, dislikes and likes. They were all heard, but they were all given an explanation of why it happened, how it happened, and who made the decision. That's the difference. But see, y'all ain't reporting on that. Y'all refuse to talk about that part. But, you know, anything for clicks.
But they are not happy about this. And Jason, you know what I found interesting is that last week, the University of Miami, who I don't think really retires numbers anymore, they have 4 of them currently, they added a few guys to the Ring of Honor, okay, which is like a lot of teams have it. It was Bryant McKinney, Dan Morgan, Ken Dorsey, and Andre Johnson. Now, they all played about 20 to 25 years ago, right? And I just thought it was ironic, given what's going on in Colorado. Andre Johnson was named to the Pro Football Hall of Fame before he was added to the Ring of Honor at his college. And I asked somebody, what took so long? And they said, Steve, the university had a rule, basically, we're just going to induct people every 5 years. And they said, you know what? They said, that doesn't make sense. Let's just start adding people every year now. So there probably is a...
Oh, look at there. It's another university that hasn't given their players anything in 20 plus years. I wonder why. See, the administration dropped the ball on this. And now they're making do. But they're starting from the present and probably would work their way back. Everybody's not going to get their number retired, but they will go on the wall on the other side of the stadium. Everybody can't get their number retired. It's just not feasible. You have to be special to this program to do that. And you can say Shedeur didn't earn it, but without Shedeur, Travis doesn't get that Heisman. That's just bottom line. They both belong up there together. They both contributed to what this school is now. Without Shedeur and Travis, we still ain't heard from Colorado in 25 years, not 20. So bringing them out of obscurity is a reason. It's part of it. And you can say the Buffaloes went to a bowl game. They had a 10-0 season 10 years ago. Yeah, but what did it do? Nothing, because 10 years ago, we still didn't care about Colorado because it wasn't the 90s. 10 years ago, when they had that 10-win season, we didn't give a shit about Colorado. Nobody. And I watched the bowl game. But I still didn't give a shit about Colorado because you know what happened the next year? We forgot about them again. And therein, you ain't forgot about Colorado since Coach Prime and Shedeur and Travis has done what they have done at Colorado. I don't want to hear this shit. Let's see what else they got.
A middle ground, but here's the reality. At this point, Deion Sanders had the leverage. They have to find ways to keep him involved and interested in this job. So if they don't do it now, you never know. And this was, I think, Rick George's way of saying, Deion, please be our coach for a little while longer.
No. It wasn't a little while longer. You're right. what he's saying and what Deion is saying. Deion's on a year-to-year contract.
Deion is not on no fucking year-to-year contract. See, y'all gotta quit listening to people tell these lies. Deion signed a 5-year extension for $54 million fucking dollars, which made him the 4th highest paid coach in college football, right behind Dabo. So shut the hell up. Put him above Steve Sarkisian and right behind Dabo. What y'all hating on? But people like Jason don't tell the truth. They don't give you the entire story. They just give you the piece that feeds their narrative. And Jason Whitlock's narrative is hate on all sides every time. Period. Point blank.
If they win 5 or 6 games this year, Deion's done. If Deion were planning to stick around, he wouldn't need to do these type things before his exit. This to me screams, this is Deion's final year at Colorado. If he were planning to, he would have waited. He would have waited till next year at least. This guy waited 3 months.
See, once again, here we go, trying to tell people how to do their job. You can't tell them people when to do it. If they wanted to put Shedeur and the Raptors and Travis in the middle of the fucking season, that's what they could have done. They don't have to wait. There is no time period on when you give somebody their flowers or show them their respect and show them what they meant to your organization or your institution. There is no time limit on that. The colleges write the books on that. They can do whatever the hell they want to. It's their school. As long as the board agrees and the members of the freaking the football stuff agree, ain't no problem. But y'all see it as a problem because it don't fit the narrative. If y'all have been paying attention, Deion, Coach Prime, has not done anything the regular way since he's been coaching college football. Nothing. Period. Those norms are out the window. The way your people, them good old boys, do everything, Coach Prime don't do it that way. That's not his cup of tea. That's not his thing. His swagger is different. His walk is different. He walked with a limp. And y'all don't understand that. See, it's heavy on our side. We walk with a limp. You know, we don't walk butt cheeks clenched, back straight up. We're a little bit slumped over, a little bit lean. You know, that little hitch in your giddy up. You know, that swagger when you walk. Smooth. We walk like the music playing. You can feel the tempo, you can see it, and it's smooth with it. Jason don't walk like that. Stiff, head down, back hurt, carrying all them white people weights. Token ass. But anyway, man, we ain't gonna keep going with this stupidity. Y'all know how I do. We cut the dummies off when it's time to cut the dummies off. And that's enough of the stupid shit. But, you know, haters gonna hate, and we gonna let them hate. You gotta let people stand on what they say. Know what I'm saying? But y'all don't forget to leave y'all comments in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We out this thing. Yeah, y'all.